Hey guys, I'm Kerwin, the product manager at Razer for streaming. Streaming has become a global phenomenon in the span of less than a decade, and with streamers from all over the world broadcasting gaming and lifestyle activities to their viewers, we are proud to offer a full spectrum of gear that allows you to pursue your passion in the easiest, most convenient way possible. One such example would be our line of Seiren USB microphones, which are designed for high-quality audio with built-in shock mounts and plug-and-play functionality, all at a great value. Let's not forget the Kia webcam with its full HD video and built-in ring light that negates the need for complicated lighting rigs, as well as our Ripsaw HD capture card, which allows streamers with dual PC or console setups to capture gameplay video at 1080p with 4K pass-through. But Razer's streaming category doesn't just stop at hardware that makes streaming more accessible. It extends beyond that into the community with the Razer Streamer program, which supports aspiring streamers with easier access to the hardware they need, along with exclusive activities and opportunities that will allow them to rise to prominence in the community. To date, Razer Streamer commands over 30,000 members, and we're ready to accept you into our ranks, whether you've just started on your streaming journey or someone who's a seasoned veteran. With both our Razer Streamer program and hardware, Razer empowers streamers with the resources they need to take their passion further. To that end, we are very proud to unveil the next addition to our category that's certified by professional streamers, the Razer Seiren Mini, a USB microphone that delivers pro-grade sound in an ultra-compact form. It's equipped with a finely tuned condenser capsule, super cardioid pickup pattern, and an incredibly compact body, allowing it to fit any streaming setup, while broadcasting your voice with absolute clarity and minimal background noise. Here's a look at the Razer Seiren Mini.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream. So, what are we playing today?
Flank left.
Flank left. Too easy.
What the heck just happened, chat?
All right, what's the play here? Jeez, these guys aren't messing around. Dude, that shot was crazy. All right, people, I am calling it. It has been one hell of a stream. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.
To talk a little bit more about the mic and our Razer Streamer program, I leave you in the hands of one of Razer's closest friends.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wherever you are in the world, I want to welcome you guys into RazerCon 2020. You know, we can't meet each other in person, but we can definitely meet each other online, and I think that's one of the best things to come out of this year with RazerCon. I'm PaladinAmber. I am a massive supporter and partner with Razer. I'm here today to kind of hang out, teach you some stuff about streaming, tell you about some products that I love, that I swear by, and yeah, give you guys a little bit of an insight into the back end of streaming, what kind of goes on, what you can think about when you're setting up stuff. I think the most important thing for me to start off by saying is that streaming can be for everyone. Whether or not you want to hang out with your friends, play games online, you want to start a business, you want to go into a specific field, speed running, you want to play first-person shooters, you want to be a pro at Animal Crossing, it doesn't matter what you want to do, streaming can be for everyone. And I think that's one of the best things about Razer is that their products are also for everyone, whether you're a beginner or whether you're an expert in what you do. They are so simple, so easy to set up. And I'm going to kind of talk you through some of those things, kind of teach you how to set up. Maybe it might be your chroma-based lighting. Maybe it might even be your audio. Maybe it might even be your lighting. We're going to go in depth. We're going to talk about all of it. And then we're going to get into a little bit of extra stuff like aesthetics, setting up your area, like what kind of theme do you want to build your brand around? All of those kinds of things. And I'm also going to teach you guys a little bit about how you can kind of use your best asset, which is you, to build a brand and to sort of find your community, find your people, so that way then when you are streaming, you're authentic. You're being you, you're having fun, and at the end of the day, that's what Razer's all about. It's about having fun. It's about products that can help you. Not only does Razer offer incredible hardware, they also have a streamer program, the hashtag Razer Streamer, which can offer some support for aspiring streamers. So a place for you guys to kind of hang out, talk with one another, get advice, learn how to set up stuff, which I think is really great. I think a lot of community is built off of helping each other grow, building real friends. That's one of the biggest things, is I think building genuine connections with one another, and also just having common interests. And I think that's one of the best things about streaming, is we all, at the end of the day, we love video games in one way or another, or, you know, we just love being social. We love sort of making somebody's day. We love creating content, that whether you're in the music industry, you're in the arts and craft industry, you're in, you know, the commentating industry, we all have a love for people at the end of the day, and we have a love for what we do because we get to share parts of ourselves with everyone, with all of you guys. And so I think that's probably one of the reasons why I really, really, truly am thankful for RazerCon this year. It means that we all get to hang out regardless of the circumstances this year. And I know it might be a little bit different because, you know, we physically can't meet and hold a hand and hang out, but what we can do is still connect, still hang out with one another, and, you know, I can even give you guys some help along the way. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump right into some stuff with hardware. I will talk you guys through not just what kind of peripherals I use, because obviously y'all know I love my Razer peripherals. I have a lot of keyboards now. I have the Huntsman Mini, which is PaladinAmber size. I also have the Black Widow. You know, I have a Lance Head. I also have a Viper Mini. I have a Viper Ultimate. You know, there's a lot of different products that I use for gaming, but that's not the most important parts. The most important parts, I think, when it comes to a setup is how everyone else sees you, how everyone else hears you, and how everyone else sees what you're doing. And I think Razer's really hit the nail on the head with a lot of things. This whole time, you haven't seen my mic. I think that's the perfect segue for me to talk to you a little bit about audio. Now, streaming is one of those things where people have to be able to hear you. They have to be able to clearly hear you. If I go into a stream and I can hear kind of construction going on in the background, it's hard for me to focus on what's going on. It's hard for me to hear what the streamer is trying to sort of get across to me. And the new Seiren Mini, which is coming out soon, is literally the easiest thing to set up. It is the easiest thing. I'm not joking. I plugged it into my computer and chef's kiss, perfect. I think the quality from the Seiren Mini is just as good as the normal Seiren. It is half the size. It is mini. It is absolutely tiny. So I think the fact that it takes up less space on your desk is incredible. I have mine right next to me, in front of my keyboard, next to my mouse. Now, because I am using a wireless mouse, I have so much more space now. I don't have to worry about things getting tangled. And this, I barely notice on the desk. So I think the Razer Mini would be perfect if you're setting up, but you want really crisp, sort of professional audio, which is super important. Like I said, it's one of those things that people will hear bad audio and they might leave. It's not a given, but they might. And I think having the Seiren Mini could be the perfect addition to making you just like that little, to elevate your streams just that little bit more. Which also brings me to my next point. How you see somebody. There's a lot of confusion about lighting, about having to set up certain spotlights, make sure that the light is balanced and bounces off. I've never had that problem because from day one of streaming, I started using Razer Kios and they have been an absolute blessing. Now, I have 4 set up, which you don't need 4 set up. I have the extreme amount, and honestly, I don't know how my computer handles it because there is a lot plugged in. But that's one of the good things too, is I don't find they're not taxing on my computer, and I have 4 of them set up, and each individual Kio has their own ring light, which means I don't have to worry about balancing light around my room. I can set up my LEDs how I want, and I always know at the end of the day there's going to be a nice light cast upon my face, which means that you guys can see me super clearly. There's never an issue with like if I have to change my saturation, which if you want to, you can absolutely get into. But it's something that I am a plug and go kind of person. I like stuff that I know is going to work every time exactly the same way, and that is minimal setup. So super user friendly. The Kaya ring lights are 720p, but they are 60 frames per second, which means you see me in real time. There is no delay. Everything that you see is my exact movement, which I absolutely love because there's nothing worse than a little bit of lag. So this is what the Razer Kayas look like when they come in. I'm a big fan of Razer's packaging. I keep all of my boxes. Some might say it's a little excessive, but I love it. You know, you're always gifted with a gorgeous little note thanking you and welcoming you to the family, which I think is sweet. So, the Kayas, as you can see, they come with a ring light, which you can turn on and off. Ta-da! Perfect lighting. And as you can see, the light, depending on where it is, bounces really beautifully. So, lighting, very important. It's a very important thing. So now that we've covered how people can see you, I think the second most important thing after both audio and lighting, because those are both on par with each other, the camera that you use, the lighting that you have, and the audio that you have are super important. They sit on par with each other. That is how your audience can engage with you, how they can connect with you. The last but most important thing is the quality in which they see what you're doing. And I have a very, very special product here. So this is the Razer Ripsaw. Now, a lot of you might not know much about capturing footage from a PC or a Switch or a PlayStation. Some of you might, so that's why I'm here to kind of talk you through it. So the Ripsaw is an external capture card, which literally 3 chords and you're good to go. So it has a, wait, let me have a look. So you've got your Type-C port, you've got your in and your out for HDMI, and that's it. That's it. Plug it in, you're good to go. And this will capture in 4K at 1080p 60 frames per second, which means no matter what game I'm playing, you guys are going to see that in real time too. The quality as well of what you're playing can easily be captured through the Ripsaw, and it will look as crisp as it does to you as you're playing on whatever you're playing on through this into your broadcasting system, whatever you choose to use. I use OBS just because it is a little bit easier to manage. Like I said, I like stuff that's very user-friendly. I like to be able to kind of just turn it on and I know it's going to work. But those are probably the most important products that you would need to get started. The audio, a Seiren Mini would be perfect. It's easy, it's clean, it's crisp. I think anyone could set it up, whether you're a pro or whether you are a beginner. You're going to have great quality of sound. I think the quality of which people can see you as well, that's why I go with Kayas. I think no matter what, they all work. All of them have the same quality. It's not like one gets kind of strangled out through the broadcasting system, and your quality in which people can see what you're gaming with. I think that the Ripsaw is perfect for that. 3 plugs, you plug it in, you're good to go. Chef's kiss, it's perfect. Now the Ripsaw also does work for all consoles. Xbox, Switch, PS4, and PC. So I could, in actual fact, capture my second PC through the Ripsaw into my streaming PC, and there would be no delay, no lag, no nothing. You guys would see everything in real time, exactly as it is. I use the Ripsaw for my Switch, my PlayStation, because there's a lot of times where I play things like Animal Crossing or, the new Tony Hawk on PlayStation, which I'm going to be playing soon. So now that I've talked a little bit about hardware, I do want to tell you guys about the Razer Streamer program. So it's something that definitely can support budding streamers a lot. I think that having that information there, the activities, the opportunities that you can the adventures that you can go on together with Razer, which, mind you, are absolutely incredible. The opportunities that they can offer you to acquire some gear, it's one of those things that I've never really seen something like that done before, and I think it's a good way for Razer to give back, especially to those who want to give to others. So the Razer Streamer program is full of everything. It's full of advice, opportunity, activities, and just a general community for you guys to kind of connect with one another and help each other out, which I think, like I said, is super important. It's all about community. It's all about like working together towards something. Because at the end of the day, streaming, though it may be a single person, there's a lot that goes into it when it comes to building friendships, playing with people, just genuinely building connections with other people in the industry that you can then sort of collaborate with. And I think that the streamer program is probably one of the best places to find people because you both have something in common already, which is that you both enjoy Razer products. So I would definitely check that out if you are new and you're getting into it. It's probably one of the best places to start. And while building community is really important and the Razer Streamer program can help you with that, it's also important to have people that you can talk to about your creative process. So at the end of the day, streaming is all about content. It is about what you have to offer your audience. And I think that having other people that you can vibe off of, talk to and say, hey, I have this really cool idea is very important. It's about building something that also represents you. And I think that one of the things that I wanted to do when I started this was I really wanted to build like a bad TV vibe. I didn't want it to be super polished in the sense of my content alone. My hardware is super polished. My audio is crisp, my camera is crisp, and my gaming is crisp. But my personality is all over the place. So I built sort of my brand off of this idea that I'm not perfect, and neither does my content. My content doesn't need to be perfect. So having that bad TV vibe of, you know, late night adverts or the news or, you know, little memes here and there that can fit in with sort of what I'm doing was a key component of why I wanted to do what I did, how I did it. And I went about that in a lot of ways. Like I spoke with artists, or I made sure that everything that I was using was free to source, which there are tons of free to source platforms out there. You know, Canva, I made a lot of stuff myself. I spent hours editing really horrible free PNG memes together so that I could have something that I know I had made. And it's given it more of a touch because, like I said, I didn't ever want it to be like, because my personality is definitely not perfect, and so my content shouldn't be either, but I think that makes it really authentic and it sticks true to who I am, which is probably the best piece of advice, the little nugget of gold that you could take away from this whole thing is that at the end of the day, you have to stay true to you. Your audience will know if you are being fake. Your audience will know if you are being disingenuine and your heart isn't in it. So I would say find something that you love, run with that, and make that a part of your brand. Whether it be, for me, it's Studio Ghibli. I have an absolute love for Studio Ghibli, and I incorporate that into my everyday stream, whether it be my big Totoro in the background, my little soots that drag Cole along the screen, or even the occasional outfit where I dress Chungus up as No Face. There are things that I also incorporate from my personality that fit the aesthetic. I've got a lot of people in the community who have different aesthetics, and it shows. You've got people who have a more vaporwave style, you have people who have more of a very clean cut, minimalistic style, and then you've also got people who just really want to have a bit of a personality with it, and it's okay. It's at the end of the day, it's your show, it's what you have to offer, and I think the best way to do that is to just start by picking apart pieces of your personality that you love, that you want to share with people, and then finding something that you think is funny and kind of running with it too. So yeah, I guess that's kind of all of my advice for you when it comes to hardware, software, community, the Razer Streamer program, and just all around building your brand and, you know, keeping it authentic to yourself. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you took something away from this. Again, I want to say a massive thank you to Razer for holding RazerCon this year. It's definitely going to be one of my best memories from 2020. Is being able to give you guys a little bit back and some advice. So thank you, Razer, for hosting RazerCon this year. And hopefully next year we can all see each other in person again and there'll be hover hands for everyone. Until next time, I've been PaladinAmber and this is How to Start Streaming for Dummies.